YouTubers love to start their videos with, so a lot of you have been asking about blank. Like for example, a few of you have been asking about where you can get your very own Spindat signature logo t-shirt, and then they carry on to be like, and you can get it at spindat.com. Purchase one there, and it really helps support the channel. And they'll do that whether or not people have actually asked about that thing. Well, in the last few uploads, I've kind of done a little experiment to see if people will actually ask about something so that I can start a video this way and not feel guilty about lying that nobody had actually asked about the thing at all. Man, I move my hands a lot. This is another sponsored video, but you did legitimately ask, what is that tool you're using? And to find out more about this unique stepless ratchet multi-tool, what better format of reviewing is there than Does It Suck? Now, as is always with the Does It Suck review format, we have got 5 categories to contend with and a control piece to compare our review part up against. This time, we are not comparing the unique stepless ratchet multi-tool to a piece of wood in any way, shape, or form. We are actually going to compare it to my #1 favorite weird small tool that I've had for a very, very, very long time. This Mastercraft weird small 30-ish piece ratcheting tool set. And as is always the case for Does It Suck criteria, we have got price, weight, machine quality, ease of installation, and problem solving. So let's just jump right into this now, shall we, with price. Of course, to determine whether or not our review piece sucks or not is to compare the price between 2 useful tools. Generally speaking, this category is where the largest disparity comes into play, but not this time. These are literally the same price. You can get this little Mastercraft kit set for $29.99 US, and you can get the unique stepless ratchet tool with arguably less bits, but also more arguably more useful for bicycle bits for the same price. Both my control piece and the review piece are $29.99. That's a passing grade. Does not suck. As a matter of fact, I kind of expected this to be less. Now, weight probably doesn't play a huge role here, but it might be something worth taking into consideration if these are the types of tools that you like to throw in a jersey pocket or like put onto a bike somewhere. With all tools in on the unique, we've got 169 grams. In comparison to the missing tooled plastic case Mastercraft ratcheting set, 170. 170. Even with tools missing, the unique comes out lighter. Does not suck. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that to happen. Category 3, machine quality. The success criteria for whether a product sucks or not in this subject is at an admittedly low bar. Traditionally speaking, small stuff like this tends to look like it comes from a cast and then possibly a little bit machined sort of area with okay, but not over the top finish. And after years of use, you can certainly tell that it's been used for a couple of years. It's a case which, if used sparingly and not opened too much to stress where the hinge actually is, keeps it from falling apart. The opportunity for it to happen is still there. I've seen many a plastic case lose its handle or break the top off, with all these loose pieces becoming completely loose pieces. That said, the point still stands. This has lasted 10 years. Now enter the unique stepless ratchet tool. Definitely, without question, a much nicer looking piece of equipment. Everything is enclosed into a CNC machined handle with CNC machined cap with magnet to hold all of your tools together and not rattle around, though it will fall apart if you let it. All of the useful tools have color coding to let you know what kind of tool it is. In the middle of all your tools, an extension that will go into arguably the best part of this tool, the actual ratchetless head, along with the ability to take the handle off and set it aside if you need to get into a tight area and do minor adjustments without needing a whole lot of torque, just needing the space. Machine quality versus machine quality. For my 29 bucks, this thing, every day, all day, does not suck. For ease of installation, this category is more for parts that like go on a bicycle or like get used. It's kind of a weird. If you're going to bring a tool with you on a bike ride, and you're going to compare my control ratcheting set to a ratcheting set here that we have being reviewed right now, I would say, based on my tight ass pant wearing situation, that I'm going to probably prefer throwing the unique one in my pocket every day versus the plastic case Mastercraft one. And the test for this will be, can I drop the tool into my pocket without shoving it in or not? From up here, right in, first shot. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that the CNC machined, unique, stepless tool wins that round. Subject 4, doesn't suck. 5, problem solved. Put simply, my biggest use for this multi-tool that I have owned forever is for small, tight areas where I can't actually get like a real multi-tool into, or I can't get a real tool into, or overall I just need something small that can do minute adjustments at a time. Annoying stuff like putting on or taking off bottle cages. You know how it's hard to get an actual tool in here to loosen this? This is nice and small and allows it to ratchet so that I can loosen and tighten without a whole lot of thought. This thing, after a fairly hard life of being over torqued on and used in a lot of different situations, used in a lot of weird situations that it's gotten us out of pinches, has really left the ratcheting mechanism fairly worn out and a little bit unpredictable. Even while doing that, there was a couple times where it caught and it wanted to change the direction on me, very much like what most ratcheting mechanisms like to do. So the success criteria under this subject is our review subject needs to be able to get into these kind of annoying areas and not suck when it comes to ratcheting. All right, so we've got a couple different options here. And then to loosen, let's actually take the extension out. See, without the extension, it's hard to actually like get in there. So you can take the handle off and get into these like tight areas. Kind of makes for a pretty satisfying bottle cage install. Instead of using a traditional ratchet and pawl setup, kind of like a cassette free hub body, it uses a stepless system that's actually engaged at 360 degrees. So that's why it doesn't make any noise, because it's always engaged. There's not a pawl going. What that means is, instead of getting caught in tight areas where you can't actually make any tightening or loosening motions, this will always tighten and loosen even if you're in an area that is only allowing you to move this much. So in the solving problems department, even though this is certainly a thicker handle than what the Mastercraft ratchet tool has, yeah, I think it does it better. 10 out of 10 on the problem solving subject. Does not suck. So overall, even though this is a sponsored video, this has kind of been the tool that I've been bringing with me everywhere. It's been in my backpack always. I had it with us on our trip this weekend just in case we would have needed anything. And overall, for the surprising price, this is less money than I would have thought it would be. You get Lesign level design for what I think is kind of a bargain of a price for what you get. So overall score, if it hasn't been obvious, an overwhelming does not suck. And if you want to buy one, I've got them linked below. If you do buy one through the link below, it helps the channel. And I'm sure Unique, who sponsored this video, would really appreciate it.